Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jayo Giriva Radhari, Jayo Jayo Giriva Radhari, Jayo Yashodanandana, Jayo Brajajana Ranjana. Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jayo Giriva Radhari, Jayo Giriva Radhari. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Om Agyantimantasya Jana Shalakaya Chakshurum Litam Yena Tasme Shri Gurve Namah. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं साधुधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very, very fortunate. Today we have with us His Grace Simhachalam Prabhu. So I will just give you a brief introduction of Prabhuji. Prabhuji is very, very senior. He got introduced in Krishna consciousness in 2002. So he's practicing since 2002 Krishna consciousness, and then so it's like around how many years? 24 years. Very bold. Some of us may not be even 24 also. But Roji is practicing. And in 2002, he came in contact with Concho Party, and then he got shifted to the base, which was started by Gaur Gopal Prabhu, and he was there with them, and Baldev Prabhu and his Bihari Gopal Prabhu was also taking care of those bases. And then he joined full time as a monk in his Concho Party in 2013, and he graduated from D.Y. Patil College, that is in Navy, Bombay. And then from 2013, he is doing many services, dynamic services in ISKCON Chopati. ISKCON Chopati is anyhow is like a pole star for all of us. So from there, one day of hope has come here in Dhanbad for giving us Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhuji has done many services. He took care of kitchen department. He was also for some years IYS secretary, like we have IYF. They have in Bombay IYS. He was the secretary for IYF also, and he was doing preaching in ICT, that is in Institute of Chemical Technologies. It was the biggest institute of chemical in the whole India. Actually, he was preaching there. He was also preaching in Sai Medical College, and you may have heard this name from Gorang Prabhu, you know, in a program in medical colleges. So he was one of the, and presently he is currently he is from last 7 years he is taking care of base. Base is not the base which we think. Base is the Bhaktivedanta Academy of Shastric Education, which take care of all the Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Siddhanta, and IDC courses of ISKCON Chopati. So he is the one who manages all the courses. Some of you may be also attending online like courses. So he is the one who organized those courses, and is uh, very simple devotee. I was just talking to him from last 2 3 days, and many of you may have interacted. He's a very simple devotee, although he's very senior devotee, but he is ready to stay with us in a simple setup. We can just understand that bhakti he has imbibed Bhakti culture in his heart, and he has got so many association of so many Maharajas also. Prabhuji has come to Dhanbad by some unconceivable arrangement, but Prabhuji has come, so he is there with us for next 5 6 days. है So please take advantage of Prabhuji's association, and so we would like to welcome him to Shishi Radha Govind Manitai ISKCON Dhanbad Small Center by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thanks.
To recite chapter number 1, entitled Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Trityam Rishi Sargam Ve Dev Rishitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Satvatam Achashta Nashkarmyam Karmanam Yataha. Recitation.
कर्मणां यतः तृतीयामृषि सर्गं वै चित्वमुपेक्षसा समाचष्ट कर्मणां यतः
तृतीयमृषि शरणं मे
In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of the body accepted. Third empowered incarnation, the form of the Rishi.
Great sage among the demigods, he collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive actions. Purport. The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of Lord, all over the universe, in the different planets and species of life, are his disciples. Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is one of his disciples. Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. The Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruitive workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitive work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by the fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works include all kinds of economic development plans. But the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound up by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so called happiness or in so called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased man of the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in form of curd for his suffering from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So, the cause of disease and the remedy of disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita gives the same solution of serving Lord by the fruits of one's labor. This will lead one to the path of Nashkarmya or liberation. Hare Krishna. We'll just discuss this today, and the topic entitled is Krishna is the supreme of all incarnation. So let's talk about first thing. What do you mean by incarnation? What does incarnation mean? Incarnation. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं incarnation? What do you talk about Hindi? Avatar. What is meaning of avatar? What do you understand? Avatar. Ava. What is meaning of ava? Coming down. And tar. One way is descend to ascend. He descends so that we can ascend. If and that is why in different ways. How many types of avatars are there? Sorry? Unlimited, categorized in how many types? 6 types. First one, Purusha avatar. What are Purusha avatar? Vishnu's at Vishnu's at different levels. Vishnu's at different levels. First is macrocosmic level. Macrocosmic. Second is microcosmic level. And third is metacosmic level. You will be understanding with these terminologies better. So the metacosmic level is who? Is Karandakshay Vishnu when he comes and sleeps at Garbhodakshay ocean and then exhales millions and zillions of planets from his every pores. That is at a metacosmic level. Who is the macrocosmic level? Is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who enters in each of the universe and lies down at Garbhodakshay ocean, and from his navel comes sprouts up. What sprouts up? A wonderful lotus. And that lotus is not a normal lotus because that lotus is nothing but the arrangements of 14 planetary systems, which is done later on by Brahma. Because Brahmaji divides that into 3 different parts and then 14 parts, and that comes out to be 14 different planetary systems, right? And then comes the third one, Shiksha Guru ke Dajani, Krishna re Surup, Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha, He Dviru. 2 kinds. What are 2 kinds? One is Guru, who is out inside, and that is super soul. Third is microcosmic. In each atom, in each species, in each element gets into that particular thing, and that is said to be super soul. Exists as super soul also, and that's called as third one is Shirodhakshay. Oh, which Vishnu is it called? First we talked about. Second we talked about. Third is Shirodhakshay Vishnu. Shirodhakshay Vishnu gets into that. So that is why, and is that existing in that particular way, he knows no CCTV camera can capture what Shirodhakshay Vishnu captured. You may be knowing, you may be in your room silently, eating your peda, understanding that Roji will not know anything about it. But Shirodhakshay Vishnu takes note of everything. Yeah? Damodar Govind Prabhu may you saying, oh, Prabhuji may not be. I will eat this peda during the Mangal Arati. But Shirodhakshay Vishnu knows that. What he knows what is happening. So that is the 3 form. And then comes, so this is called as Purusha avatars. Second, what is called as Yuga avatars. Two Yuga avatars that come first comes as white, then red, then black, and then gold. Mahavatar. Who's that? Mahavata. And then third one is Guna avatars. Who are the Guna avatars? Brahma Vishnu. Fourth are Leela avatars. That is unlimited. Here in the third chapter, it will mention Ete Cham Shakla Purusha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swam Indrari Vyakulam Loke Virdanti Yoge Yoge. Ete Chamsha. All our other are incarnations are part and parcels of Krishna. They are portions of the Krishna. But there is only one Supreme Lord. Who is that? Who is that? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. This chapter when Krishna is the source of all incarnation. This is how is source of all incarnation. Because all the avatars are coming from Krishna. I just wanted to go more into, I don't want to go more right now on the avatars because it's a very interesting topic of Narad Muni. So I just want to take that. But this chapter is all about incarnations. Different incarnations coming at different point and they have the purpose of their own. And other is called Manvantaras. Am I right? Manvantaras, what they do? What is Manu? Yeah. So they're in the Brahma's day. So Brahmaji lives how many years? Sorry? 311 trillion 40 billion years. Right? 311 40. That is, for us, it is 311 trillion 40 billion years. But for Brahmaji, it is 100 years only. Now, how it is 100 years? Like, for example, you see some mosquitoes. They would just live for a day or for a night. In their night, they have their sons, they have their great grandsons, they have their great great grandsons, and they have their great 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 grandsons just in one night. You know that? And when they die, their whole species are over by means whole of their prajati is over. Their whole prajati is over by one night. Now we may fathom they if you tell them there is another species called as humans who live for 100 years. Do they have any idea about it? So when we say something like, oh no, there is living entity who has 311 trillion 40 billion years, we say how it is possible. Yeah. Like those mosquitoes where they live overnight and they don't know, they have no fathom, they don't have any idea that how come someone can live for 311 trillion years, 40 billion more. No fathom, they can't fathom at all. But what happens when they see someone and they don't have, likewise, we don't have any idea. We don't have any idea that how demigods, so therefore, you know why Pitri Paksh is only 15 days? All of you know what is Pitri Paksh? It comes during September time. And you know why Pitri Paksh is 15 days? Hmm. Hmm. Good. Yes. So for them, it is 2 hours. They said dinner time because Devatas eat only one time a day. You know that? They have only one time. Or in the higher planetary system, they have only one meal. But that one meal is almost 2 hours. Good meal. Full. Therefore, they have a good time. So therefore, for 6 months, now you will come to that calculation. For 6 months is their one day. Got it? So if you come to their one day and their 15 days equal to around 2 hours. So like for your time is 6 to 8 in the night to take your dinner. Like with Devatas also have their 6 to 8 time. They come over there and they have a good gala time. 6 to 8. They come over there and have good time. So likewise, Devatas have this time. Point what I am telling is that in this Brahma's 1,000 cycle, in 311 trillions, 40 billion, this one day of Brahma, and in that is 100 yuga cycles. How many of you know this? All of you know this, 100 yuga cycles. And this 100 yuga cycles, there are 71, not 71, there's 14 manvantaras. And these 14 manvantaras, they have around 71.2, approximately 71.2 cycles of Chatur. Means this is called one kalpa, 71.2 kalpas they have, and that makes one day of Brahma. And these people come to rule. And whenever they come to rule, along with them come different rishis. Like, for example, are you getting me? So, for example, when you see a prime minister coming, BJP, Congress, whichever government comes, so with them comes their cabinet. So, likewise, with them, every Manavantara comes, one is Rishis, Sapta Rishis. You heard about Sapta Rishis? Oh, there are Sapta Rishis. So, every Manavantara, there are different Rishis. Every Manavantara will have different Sapta Rishis, different Indra also. Indra also has a different name. It's not one Indra, there are different Indras. In 14 different Manavataras, there are different Indra for us. And then they have different Saptarishis, they have different avatars also. In that, Manavatara is different. So, likewise, they come with a cabinet, there's not one. But the point, so there are different. So, understand the gamut of avatars, a huge gamut of avatars. And then one other avatar, who is other avatar we can talk about? Sakatavajesha. Who is Sakatavajesha avatar? An example. Ritu Maharaj. What he does? Ruler, administration, very nice. He established right administration. Then, sorry, Parshuram, what he does? Annihilates, completely swipes out the Kshatriya generation. And then who else comes? Narada Muni. Let's talk about now. We all talked about all this. Now it starts here. Narada Muni, Bajai Veena. What he does? What is the purpose of Narada Muni? So let's get into that. Starts now. Narada Muni. What is Narada Muni known for? Why Narada Muni is so important for us? Pure devotional service. He is supposed to spread his Saktavesha avatar, empower incarnation to spread pure devotional service. And why is it important for us? People like us do have any relationship with Narada Muni? What relation do we have with Narada? He is one because of whom we are reading Srimad. We are the one because, thank you. So he's the one who is reading because of whom we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We asked Dev what he saw. He saw different anomalies of Kali Yuga. What are different anomalies of Kali Yuga? Pranalpaya Shabya Kalasmin Yuga Jana Mand Sumanda Matyo Mand Bhagi Upadrita. Pranalpaya Shabya means first is will be age will be less, people will be ill-lucked. IIT, how many people give IIT? Attempt IIT? Lakhs? 14 lakhs? 15 lakhs? How many get selected? Could you see the ratio? How many people appear for IS exams? How many people get selected? 200. Could you see the ratio? So why this is happening? Ill-lucked. People are almost ill-lucked. They will not be, and there are so many things about it. So Pranalpaya Shabya Kala Ismini Yugajana Manda Sumanda. They will be less intelligent. You tell them something in the morning, by evening, it's off. How many have felt like that? मॉर्निंग में बताया शाम तक गया क्या बोला था आज भागवतम क्लास में व्हाट डू यू टॉक अबाउट maybe you may be remembering Vikas Bro yesterday he gave a day before yesterday 10 days back who gave what he gave take out notes and see so pranalpaya shabya kalasmini yojana mand sumanda matyog mand bhagi upadrita less they will be ill-lucked. While ill-lucked, because Kali Yuga automatically, see why people get ill-lucked. Sage talks about Nashkarmyam. One is Karmyam, one is Nashkarmyam. Karmyam means whatever you do, whatever you will be doing, you will get reaction for that. Nashkarmyam means even you do working, you will not get reaction for that. Okay, tell me one thing, good reaction is good or bad? Good reaction is good or bad? Good reaction, understand? When you do good thing, like we have here, Rajendra Prasad Sinha. इस सत्संग भवन के निर्माण हेतु राजेंद्र प्रसाद सिन्हा good work. So when he does good work, what will happen? He made this building for all of us. So when he does good work, he'll get good somewhere. Maybe he gets a big bungalow, big mansion somewhere in California. So is it good or bad? Tell me that. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm not saying it's correct or wrong, but I want your views. That is it good or bad? Doing good. It's bad? Who said? Yeah, be flagged, nothing. Yes, you're saying it's bad. Bad? Are you sure? Okay, take it. Your point. Anyone saying else? Bad. Who said bad? Mind you, I was saying that. You're bad. How many say it's good? Oh yeah. Prabhu is saying good. Who is saying okay? Prabhu is saying good. You're saying good. Good hai. Acha. Okay, so doing something bad is definitely bad. But something good, something this is piety, is good or bad? We have got a discussion about it. Please mark yourself right. So it's fine, good or bad, whatever it is. Now here comes Narad Muni. What is the purpose of Narad Muni? Has he come here to give you good piety? What he has come to give you? Not only how he does, how he gives, how he gives. His way of giving is just amazing. Is not a stereotype. For you, it will be different. For him, it will be different. For him, it will be different. For Prabhu, it will be different. Everywhere, different way, different style, and a classic way of explaining Bhagavad or Bhakti. Such a immaculate pressure. And then comes art of preaching. It's not one size fit in for all. I will work. It is not like I'll speak 4 shlokas for him also, same shloka for him, same shloka for him. For someone Bhagavatam, as someone speaks Sanskrit, get lost. And for some, you speak Sanskrit, they start dancing. Oh, please tell more. Different people, different styles. Therefore, Narad Muni, different people, completely tailored, customized. Not one pizza for everyone. Some will have more cheese, some will have less cheese, some will have no cheese. But the pizza will give it to everyone. Different, tailored, fantastic. So that is why Narada Muni, when he comes, there are 3 kinds of. Okay, now for example, how does our bhakti starts? Why do we come in bhakti? Have you ever realized so many people here are coming for taking darshan of Radha Govind Dev Ji and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra? You see, so many people come. And how many people become devotees? How many people become devotees? Why? All of you have come. You also came, but you became a devotee. But your friend also had come, someone else who had come, but he did not. Why? Have you ever guessed? Why? Wasn't he pious? Maybe he had done something like that before. Wasn't he pious? Good pious, no good boy. That's why he came to temple. He could not become a devotee. What was that? What was that element which was missing in a person? Because a person that becomes a devotee takes to the path of Krishna consciousness, some does not take to the path of Krishna consciousness. Why? Question is that. Because there are all as Sukriti. And Sukriti is not of one type. You say, Prabhuji, Sukriti means what? What do you mean by Sukriti? Pious credit. That's something wrong. I'm not trying to tell you that you're giving wrong answer. But pious credit, it's credit. Because therefore, I was talking about this. Piety is good or bad. Do you got the point? Piety is good or bad. That's what we have to understand. What's piety? Let's understand that. There are 3 different kinds of piety. One is pious activity. Like Rajendra Prasad Sinha. इस स्मृति में उनकी proof available. What to see that? Have made this tal. Good, very nice. But that is called as piety, which is sukrit uttha. It's something piety is coming for. That sukriti coming from pious activity. This is called as karma unmukhi sukriti. They said karma unmukhi sukriti. This is good. Does it give you good time in heavens? Maybe enjoy there. The problem is that you become a vacationer for the whole of your life. What does vacationers do? They go Switzerland, Alps Mountain. Anyone aspiring to go to Switzerland here? Alps Mountain. Yeah, maybe after some time, maybe when uh, Proji Damodar going through is not watching me, I'll very secretly go and tell Proji 1 month I'm going to go to Switzerland, Alps Mountain, enjoying Alps. So you go and enjoy these places. Maybe go to heavens also. In heavens, what happens? You get somras, sense pleasure. Somras will get. No, that won't intoxicate you. That will give you vigor. Like here we see the kind of liquor you drink here, you have a bad time. Really bad time. Isn't it? You have seen people how they get into. But when you drink somras in the heavens, that will give you vitality. That will give you longevity. That will make you more and more powerful. That is heavens. And what people are running for, I don't know to name that, right? People, what is they running for in many from 6 standards? Today I heard from 4th standard. Dating starts. The people are mad from as they reach at the age of 10 or 11. And they want to have that association. But very, very secret. They are dating and then many complex things are coming up now. Dating apps, so many things. In heavens, means it is fully allowed. It is encouraged. And nothing happens also. Everyone sees. In fact, if someone mother and child relationship is also there is nothing wrong about it. Because Urvashi, when she came to Arjun, Arjun said, "You are like my great grandmother. Come on. He said, come on, these things doesn't work in heaven. Let's have. Let's relax." Yeah. So here, when we talk about this Shastric, I'm not saying something which is this. He said, okay, no problem. But Arjun was no. Thing like that. I will talk sometime else about it. But I'm saying you go to heavens, enjoy there, and there is no sin over there. But problem is that you again come back. Again you come back. And then comes, so therefore it's temporary. That's the problem with karma. That is the problem with piety. It's not good or bad, but becomes bad because it's temporary. And you come back and then you start with zero. And when you come to and start with zero, what will happen? We don't know. We don't know what happens. Next, when you come back to earth, again you can get into, you become a kabadi wala. But you see the song right now going up. What is that song? Gadi wala. Hai. Someone coming with that song. Maybe he may be enjoying as a Indra in heavens, and then you become a kabadi wala. Who knows? Don't know. That's the point. So that's one thing. Second is Gyan Unmukhi Sukriti. So Gyan Unmukhi Sukriti is what? Is for liberation. So you do some things like you do some different kind of yoga, shastras you do, and you gain liberation. The problem with liberation is what? You say, Prabhu, liberation. You understand what's liberation? We don't understand what's liberation. It's a very, very high thing. Means liberation means no misery, everything, all. You're completely peaceful all the time. But problem with liberation is that again you may have to come back. And there's no relationship there. So Gyanmukhi Sukriti, very concisely I'm telling. Then comes Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti means unknowingly doing devotional service. I just came and by Prahlad Maharaj, who was Prahlad Maharaj in his previous life. You must have been knowing this, right? Who was Prahlad Maharaj in the previous life? He was a merchant. And he was waiting for his girlfriend. You know? He was waiting for his girlfriend. The girlfriend was not turning up. He went there to wait. So those days datings would happen in temple. And those days. Yeah. So he was waiting in temple. So he was waiting for his girlfriend. This is Puranic story. I'm saying you can refer to also somewhere. So he just went there and he was waiting for his girlfriend and waiting for the girlfriend was not turning up for a long time. And he became really morose. And what happened that he started raining heavily, cats and dogs, badly raining. The whole floor became wet. So he thought it's already 12 o'clock in the night now. Let me sleep. So he just went and started cleaning that place. So while he was cleaning that place, of course, he cleaned that place and slept. So when he slept that night, what happened? A snake came and bit him, and he left his body. But because unknowingly, that happened to be a Vishnu temple. So because he had cleaned that place, it was considered to be Sukriti. Next birth, he takes a as a very very advanced devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. Small, very little. Therefore, Narad Muni, in fact, here Narad Muni is saying, what is the importance of devotional service? Nashkarmyam apichut bhav avarjitam na shobhate jnanam alam. This is Nashkarmyam. Tektva sudharmam bhajam hare भजन अपक्व यथोपदेति यत्र को भद्रम अबुद्ध अभिषेकम कह वर्थो आप तो भजताम सुधर्मदा. That even small neha vikarmanastosti pratvayo na vidyate swalpam dharmasya trayito mahato. Even if you do small little endeavor in this path, what happens? You'll get amazing results. Neha vikarmanastosti. So if you do small endeavor, the results are not diminished. So therefore, whatever you do, you get amazing results. That's always kept intact. So this is the advantage of that thing. Neshkarmi Amuchuta Bhava. So here, therefore, when he comes in next life, what he becomes? He comes as Prahlad Maharaj. See, I'm just telling you the importance of Agyat Sukriti. We all do what happens during the Kartik time. We all go and do some devotional service in the temple. All we do like that. So one time, one queen, Maheshmati, queen of Maheshmati, she was lighting up 1,000 candles. So one of her friend asked that why do you light up 1,000 candles every day? So she told her story of her previous life. In previous life, there was one mouse. This mouse was very hungry, and it got inside the temple, like we have a temple. And it got inside a temple. In the temple, they saw there were different lamps. One of the lamps was supposed to get extinguished. Was almost getting extinguished, and this mouse went over there, started nibbling that, and as it was nibbling a little, because it was not completely extinguished till yet, so a little bit of flame was still on, and it was trying to nibble so that it would satisfy its hunger. Similarly, at that point, what happened was one mouse just jumped over there, and she became so fearful that she stepped her mouth in that flame which was about to get extinguished. And what happened? She was ablazed. Her whole body was burning then. And that curiosity, what happened? She started circumambulating the temple. And as she was circumambulating the temple, she did 3 circumambulation. And by the time she completed 3 circumambulation, she left her body. She was charred to death. And because unknowingly she did that, in next life she became queen of Maheshmati. And because her remembrance was intact, therefore she would light up 1,000 candles every day during the Kartik month. This is what happens is of Sukriti gifts. You got the point? So first we talked about, what was the first one? Second was? Third was? Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. So therefore, these 3 kinds of Sukritis, what it helps us different ways, but importantly is Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. Now here, importantly, right now we are talking about Narada Muni. Narada Muni, Vajaya Veena, Radhika Raman Nam. Right? Let's come back to Narada Muni. So what is Narada Muni known for? Narada Muni is known for preaching. And what is the art of preaching? Firstly, Narada Muni has different students. Let's talk about from Bhagavatam. Who is his first student? Vyasdev. What is he telling to Vyasdev? Is he glorifying Vyasdev? What he says? Jugshupitam dharmakrit anushashata swabhava raktasya mahan vyatikrama Yadvaktiridharma iti tirastito na manne tasya nivaranam jana. Jugushuptam dharma kriti anushashata swabhava raktasya mahan vyatikrama. You have done vyatikrama. Vyatikrama, you understand? You have done something which is very, very condemned. Verily condemned. क्या किया था उन्होंने? What he did? No, understand first of all what he did. Understanding prana alpa ya shabya kalasmini yugin jana manda sumanda matyo manda bhag. Seeing the anomalies of Kali Yuga, he thought to do something good. Because he knew if people are like that, people who are manda sumanda matyo, what will happen to them? They'll go all to hell. So in order to protect people from hell, what he did was he started writing Vedas. 4 Vedas. Have you read Vedas, anyone? Very complicated. People at least need 13 years to read the first understand the grammar. Because there are two kind actually. One is called Vedalok and one is called Vedalok means Devalok and Vedalok. So Vedalok, especially Devalok, Sanskrit is very, very difficult. At least you have to spend 13 years to learn grammar and then you can learn that. Right? And then after that, you will be able to understand a little bit of that. So therefore, what we have to do first is that we have to learn that different grammars. So it is very, very difficult. And first Vyasadeva wrote that. So understand what the kind of intellect he had. 4 Vedas. And after writing 4 Vedas, what he wrote? Upanishads. How many have read Upanishads? Ishopanishad, Isha Vashabdam Sarvam, Yatkinchit Jagatam Yat, Ina Taktena Bunjita Mamrita Kasya Sudanam. No one understands. What is this? Om Purnamada Purnamadam Purnam Purna Uchate, Purnasti Purnamadaya Purna Deva Shashyate. What is Purnam Purnam Purnam? Kya ho raha hai? Who said? No one understands directly. Very complicated, very intellectual. No one understands like this. Isn't it? You heard? Om Purnamadam Purnamadam Purnat Purna Uchate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purna Deva Vashishyate. Purnam, 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 Purnam. Who is Purnam, Purnam? No one is saying. Understanding is very, very difficult. How do we understand this? Are you getting me? Understand who is Vyasadeva first. I mean, who understand who is Narad Muni and who is Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva is literally incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he writes, and then after writing that, what he wrote? Puranas, 18 Puranas. After writing 18 Puranas, what he wrote? Mahabharata. And after Mahabharata, he was feeling that he is dissatisfied. After feeling dissatisfied, who comes? Narada Muni. And Narada Muni is saying, Jugupshitam dharma kriti anushashita swabhava raktasya mahan vyatikrama. Very condemned thing you had done. A little bit of encouragement, Baba. इतना सारा काम किया, उसके बाद उसने verily condemned. Isn't it? If you work very, very hard, very, very, and you work for Rath Yatra, just understand this. You work for Rath Yatra for 2 days, haven't slept, making your Rath cart. And Damodar Govind Prabhu comes and says, Rath is ready. Rath is completely ready, it's painted. And he comes, verily condemned. What you have done is verily condemned. Remake the whole Rath again with a new by my vision. So he wrote everything, whole gamut. And he says, Narada is very condemned. Why? Because Nash Karmya Pachut Bhava Varjitam. Na Shobhate Jnanam Alam Nityan. Uta Punas Sashwata Abhadramishwaden. Na Charpitam Karmapi Karanam. Doesn't look good. Even though you write about self-realization, write about good books. But if it is devoid of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if it is devoid of the Supreme Lord, then it is of no worth. That's why he's saying, Nashkarmya Vichuta Bhava Varjitam Shobhate Jnanam. Uta Punas Sashwatam. So what to do now? Therefore, it's very, very important when you're giving feedback to someone, there's some check and balance. You can go and give feedback to, you can go and you find some fault with something. Just go and tell 10 things to that person. What will happen? Operation successful, patient dead. Operation will be successful, patient will be dead. So here, when Narada Muni goes over there, what happened? Patient got dead. Why? There was a reason behind it. First of all, whenever we are giving feedback to someone, we have to understand, are we the right person? What is the first thing? Are we the right person to give? Do I have the right motive to give? Sometimes our intentions are different. Our motivations are different. Just to pull someone down. Just go and smash him. And he's saying, oh, Roji, I think I was doing good. No, you're deviating. Are you the right person? If you are the right person, you have the right intention. Thirdly, is it the right time? Narada Muni could have come before it also. When he was writing Mahabharata, when he was writing Vedas, he did not come. Because it was not the right time right now. Is it the right time? 10 people are standing. One devotee, he was going in train. And somehow he has mispronunciated, like we do it sometimes. Up becomes, right? In the Sanskrit, sometimes it happens. And this devotee was going on the train, and this other devotee was just asking, new devotee, just asking, Prabhuji, when you come new, you're very enthusiastic. You want to just do everything, go for every program. You want to just participate in every kirtan. So this devotee asked, and seeking that Prabhuji is going to encourage me. Prabhuji, how was my recitation? Sloka recitation. And this devotees, and they were traveling in Mumbai, they traveled in train. And this devotee just turned up. You want to feedback? And then, stupid, don't know, chant. The people all over were watching. What's happening? Are they Hare Krishna devotees? I mean, it could be that he would be trying to correct, but was it a right time and right place? So when we are giving feedback, understand these 5 checks and balances. Firstly, what is that? First, are you the first thing is the first check? Are you the right person? If you are not the, we are not the right person, then second is right place. No, it is the right time, right motivation, right intention. So when we have that, and Narada Muni had all that, so therefore he was eligible to give a feedback. And when the feedback is given, what happens? It turns into feed forward. When feedback is given, you may give feedback, but that feedback can sometimes become disastrous. So feedback has to turn into feed forward. Feed forward, understand? That has to convert. What did Narada Muni did? He said, come on, how can you say? You don't know me? I'm such a big acharya. I understand, Narada Muni, you're a great sage, but understand such a gamut. What is the kind of gamut of knowledge he has been giving to the world? He did not chastise. He said, or he did not revolted. How can you say this? At least glorify something. Give some good things also, because feedback means telling some good things also and then adding something. Narada Muni said, no, straight operation. Because now the patient is ready. No anesthesia. No anesthesia there. No glorification. That you have done verily condemned thing. Just change. And he changed. So that was the first thing what Narada Muni does is that he shows the right direction. Who is the guru? The guru is one who knows the way, first of all. Then shows the way. And then one who can go along the way. That is why it's so important that how Narada Muni deals with us. Right? So first he deals with whom he deals with? Vyasdev. So that's how he deals with Vyasdev. And then Narada Muni tells his story. As he comes to Vyasdev and says, I like to tell you about myself. Now he is first he has done operation, now he is doing anesthesia. Different doctor. So he goes and says, understand what was my previous life? And there comes importance of Sukriti here. So important. If you want to elevate people in Krishna consciousness, if you're a preacher, try to give Sukriti to people rather than just big commandments. And what does Sukriti means? Could be service, could be prasad, anything. Somehow or other, he does some Sukriti, some service for the Supreme Lord. So here Narada Muni was there, he was just a 5-year-old boy. This 5-year-old is very, very relevant in Bhagavatam. So he was a 5-year-old boy, and he was with his mother, who was a maid servant. And their Bhakti Vedantas during the 4 month of the Chaturmas were staying in his house. And what he did was, he was just serving on the, not out of his will, but on the orders of his mother. So when he was serving out of his mother, what happened was, he was developing taste in Krishna consciousness. 1.2.12. Will you open that? 1.2.12. Shushushradhanasya. It's 13. Oh, okay. Maybe 1.2.60. 1.2.60. Shushushradhanasya. That was. Let's recite together. Shushushradhanasya Vasudeva Katharshi Sehanmahat Sevaya Vipra Punyatirth Nishevana. Shushushradhanasya. Where does Shraddha come? We are preachers of Krishna. If we are the preachers of Krishna consciousness, the question comes, how do we plant the seed of Krishna consciousness in someone? Shushushradhanasya. That Shraddha, because our journey of bhakti is there are 9 different processes in this journey of bhakti. And the very first thing in the journey, Shraddha. Where would that Shraddha come? People don't pay. That's what I'm talking about. Many people may come in touch of different devotees, but they will not become devotees. How to encash? What is that money or the currency which help people to encash themselves to become a devotee? And that is Shraddha. And what kind of Shraddha? It is called as Bhakti Unmukhi Shuddhi. Okay, Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya, that starts. But the very first step of that, Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajan Kriya. The very first thing is what? Very first thing is Shraddha. And that Shraddha can be built only when we give them Bhakti Unmukhi Shukriti. And Bhakti Unmukhi Shukriti comes by how? Serving. So Shushu Shraddhanasya, and then when someone will have Shraddha, then he will have Vasudeva Katharuchi. And then San Mahat Sevya Vipra. The very first thing comes Shraddha. And Shraddha comes from Padashraya. Padashraya, when you have Shraddha, then Padashraya will come. Krishna Guru ke Dijani, Krishnera Surup, Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha Yedu Rup. There are 2 forms of Krishna. One is external devotee, one is internal devotee. And external Guru and internal Guru. So when we'll have Shraddha, then someone extra. So when you meet with your spiritual masters, when you meet with the Gurus, it's just not a coincidence. It's a very, very well planned thing. So Narada Muni, when he meets this Bhakti Vedantas, by serving them, he develops Shraddha. So let's discuss the journey of Narada Muni. So when they are coming in touch with Narada Muni, they're Dhanasya, and because of Shraddha, they have Vasudeva Katharuchi. So Vasudeva Katharuchi doesn't come. Everyone can open Bhagavatam. But how many can sit with Bhagavatam? So therefore, the taste would come, Shushuddhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi, Son Mahat, by serving the devotees, by all different class of devotees. And when you have Shraddha, then in order to preserve that Shraddha, what do you need? You can come to Krishna. Many people can come to Krishna consciousness. But in order to preserve that Shraddha, what do you need? Sadhu Sangha. Otherwise, because initially, Shraddha is very komal. It's very fragile. Anything, because Archam eva hare pujyam eva shraddhate natat bhakteshu chanyeshu sabhakta praktim smrita. Means the person who is neophyte, he is only have Shraddha in deities. He does not have Shraddha in the devotees. Shraddha from deities have to be converted to in devotees also. And that can happen in association. When you live in association, you start developing more and more good relationships. And then that Shraddha grows. So when Shraddha grows, what happens then? What do you do in association? Shinvata swakatha Krishna punya shravanah kirtana hirdondasto badrani vidhunoti suritsatam. Hearing. And that hearing will happen. How does it good hearing happen? There are 4 different characteristics of good hearing. One, in order to develop good hearing, one has to follow the principle of Chataka bird. What does Chataka bird does? During the Swati Nakshatra, wonderful. During the Swati Nakshatra, the whole year it will not drink any water. It will only drink the water during the Swati. During the monsoon season also it will not drink. Understand that. It will only drink the water during the Swati Nakshatra. And whatever the water drops, he will take that. So therefore, we're not talking about any hearing. We're talking about Krishna conscious hearing. Otherwise, today, especially in digital world, the whole world is filled with so many of kachra. You can hear all different things. In fact, people encourage, like one in Australia, one mother, she thought my child is not grown 18. How many of you are 18 and above now? 18? You're all 18 and above? So she was very happy. She was like, oh, my child has gone 18 now. I should give something good. So he comes there, and as he comes home, he found gift pack. And happy birthday to you, Tom. Like this. Comes back, oh, my mom has got. And he was a devotee, unfortunately. I mean, the gift and his personality did not sync. I'll tell you later what it was. And he was a devotee, so he just, mother did not know that he's going to Hare Krishna Mandir, Hare Krishna temple. And he went over there, and mother said, Tom, gift for you, my son. He said, oh, mom is so sweet. And then he opened that. And so it was a bunch of pornographic magazines. The mom, what this? Yeah, you need this. You're 18 now. Go ahead. You need to do this. So therefore, the first thing is this, that it's very, very important. What we are talking about? Shinvata, what we are hearing. Not about anything. Shinvata swak katha Krishna. Krishna's glories. When you hear Krishna glories, what happens? It's very simple. Okay, burger is a food. Pizza is a food. Pasta is a food. They're all foods. Apple is a food. Cashews are food. Ghee. Roji's ghee. What is this ghee? Roji, you're saying? Roji's ghee is a food. So when you take ghee, which is hand churned and everything, and other, what do you talk about? That mozzarella pizza, that mozzarella cheese. So you take mozzarella cheese and you take ghee. Both are food. Both are getting into body. But what is the impact? What is the impact of that? Different. One is making your brain fertile or increasing your brain. And other is trying to increase your. One is making your body from 6-pack to family pack. Okay? You keep taking this pizza, everything from your body from 6-pack becomes family pack. And when you take good things, what happens? It nourishes the brain, isn't it? So likewise, when you take good things, Shinvata swakatha Krishna punya shrava kirtana hindontostu badrani vidhanoti suritsata. So when we take this, what happens? Automatically, what happens? That our things are nourished. Therefore, Shinvata swakatha. What is the first thing? First thing, like what devotees has to drink this Krishna Katha as Chartaka birds. Only Krishna. One thing. Of course, I'm talking about ideal things. Don't get worried about it. Oh, sometimes we have to hear this. I'm talking about this, the ideal thing about it. It's mentioned in Skanda Puran. Good, 4 types of good hairs in Skanda Puran is mentioned. Second type is like a parrot. What does parrot do? You've seen parrots? How many have seen parrots over there? So parrots hear whatever you speak to parrot, but it will repeat. And that was Sukadev Goswami. Whatever was told, he repeated it as it is. No mixtures. No trying to put much masalas over there. He just tried to give the same thing, like a parrot. Third thing is like a fish. Fish, how does you see in fish when swimming? Fish when swims, it doesn't close his eyes. Eyes are open. Like right now, you are open completely. Like hearing. That's like a fish, attentive, open eyes, not closed eyes. And also spiritually open to hear things. So like a parrot, like a fish, and like a chartaka bird. And more importantly, like a swan. What is the characteristics? All of you know what swan is. You've seen swan? Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Right? What is the characteristic of a swan? It can separate milk from, yeah, that's how the swan is supposed to be. I don't know. People saying these days swan are not able to do that. That's what I heard. But what it does, it separates the milk from the water. So a devotee may be going anywhere, but even though he is in a very uncompromising place where many things are going on, but he will only take what's important for Krishna Katha, what is important for Krishna consciousness. So these are 4 good type of hearers. And then there are 4 kinds of dull hearers. Or wrong kind of people. Wrong kind of hearing. One is called as bull type of hearing. How does bull eat? How many have seen bull eating over there? Whatever you give them gulab jamun, put carrot, put anything in there. He will take it all. So right now, going to Sunday Feast, hearing SRIMAD BHAGVATAM and going out and watching a movie. That is also very good. This is also very good. Full type of hearing. So everything looks very, very good there. Second is called as Bhurunda bird type of hearing. How many have heard about this bird called as Bhurunda bird? Bhurunda bird, what it does is that 6 to 8 months live in Himalayas. So when it is in Himalayas, there are many great sages who are there, tapasvis, they are discussing big, big philosophies. And he hears all that. Big, big philosophies. And then he descends to the plane because 4 months he descends there. And when he descends, he tries to repeat as it is. No problem, like a parrot. But he follows none. Bhurunda bird type of hearing. And then third kind of hearing is like a camel type of hearing. How many have seen camel eating? So what does camel does? There will be very good, good leaves all over sometimes. But camel would only try to eat thorns. Because when he eats thorns, he feels it's very nice. So there will be mangoes, but camel will not eat mangoes. Will eat thorns. Even though some kind of personalities are like that, even though there's many good things to hear, many good things to associate, many good things to visit, but what they will do? Go to wrong place. This is the third kind. And what is the fourth kind? So we talked about camel, we talked about Bhurunda bird, we didn't talk about bull. And okay, one answer. So this is how we see that this is good type of hearing, wrong type. What happened? Shrimata Swakatha Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hirtontastu Padrani, Vedunoti Surit Sata. So when we hear, what happens? But purification within the heart. And when we start hearing, so Narada Muni, what happened? He was serving the Bhakti Vedantas. He was hearing from Bhakti Vedantas. And purification happened. And as the purification is happening in Bhakti, then when in association, when we get association, what happens? Bhajan Kriya starts. And what is the first thing of Bhajan Kriya? Understand what is the Bhajan Kriya? All of you came, so let's chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. The very thing in the Bhajan Kriya, When you all came in Krishna consciousness, how was the life? प्रभु जी पूरा दुनिया बदल देंगे, इतने को लगा था. पूरा ISM को भक्त बना देंगे. बोला किसने ऐसा? प्रभु जी आपको देख के लॉट ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन. प्रभु जी प्रसाद इज अमेजिंग हियर, डिवोटीज आर अमेजिंग हियर. लगा आपको? डिवोटीज इज अमेजिंग, प्रसाद इज अमेजिंग. पहला सबसे पहले क्या? घन तरला. घन तरला ही पहले बोलते थे. तर उत्साहमयी. उत्साहमयी मीन्स वेरी वेरी इंथुजियास्टिक, वेरी वेरी इंथुजियास्टिक. कितने लोग थे ऐसे? सभी लोग ऐसे थे. क्या मिल गया? ओह दिस इज लाइक डायमंड. उत्साहमयी. One boy, listen, he became a devotee. And as soon as he becomes a devotee, he goes to his hometown. And as he goes to his hometown, now he's a Hare Krishna devotee. He goes, tells to his father, पापा आप पापा नहीं पापी हो, क्योंकि आप ये करते हो जो. And then mom comes say, hey बहुत बड़ा हो गया, माँ तुम माँ नहीं माया हो. माँ ने एक झापड़ लगाया. अब बता कौन? Lot of enthusiasm. You feel that, oh, you can change the world. You're different. Mommy comes and says, बेटा, oh माँ माया, छूना नहीं मेरे को, तू प्लेट रख के जाओ यहाँ से, सामने नहीं रहना. भागवतम में सुना है. मात्रा पर क्या वो? That is अविविक्सनो करो भवेत् इंद्रियान बलवान ग्रामो विद्वान अपि कर्षति. विद्वाम हाँ. मात्र स्पर्शो द्वित्रो वा न विकसनो करो भवेत् इंद्रियान बलवान ग्रामो विद्वांसम अपि कर्षति. सुना है भागवतम में 9 कैंटो में. प्रभु जी से बताया था, तुम जाओ यहां से. उत्साहमयी. Lot of enthusiasm. Maturity is not there. The first thing is उत्साहमयी. Then what comes? Ghana tarala. How many have went to our Radha Damodar? Damodar Govind Prabhu saying, Prabhu ji, initially I was think he is a pure devotee. Now he looks like to be poor devotee. पहले लगता था प्योर डिवोटी जैसे, अब तो लगता है पोर डिवोटी बन गया ऐसा. I was thinking he was pure devotee. So many good qualities. Very expert manager, very expert preacher, very expert cook, and amazing. But now, look at him. He doesn't give me time. He behaves a little arrogant. He gives me a lot of services. So initially, when it was Ghana Tarala, Prabhuji, you are pure devotee. You yourself go and tell, Prabhuji, you are pure devotee. I want to give my life to you. Same devotee after some time becomes poor devotee. What happens? Ghana Tarala. We make a resolve. Oh, every day 3 o'clock. And whole life I will do like this. How many have thought like this? Whole life I'll just get up at 3 o'clock. Goes for 6 months. Good 6 months. 8 months. After 1 year. Snooze button. It is 3:30. Let me be practical. And after that, 4:30. And 5 o'clock. Then 6 o'clock. Then I don't know what. So initially it's so much into, and then you see others also. Oh, all a devotee. Charge bhi uthta hai. I get up at 3 o'clock. Ghana tarala. And then immediately you feel, oh, let me be practical. Sometimes chanting. Okay, so when this Ghana tarala, understand Ghana tarala means what? Waves. Up and down, up and down. Scientific hai, don't worry. Hota hai. And then you go for the third one. That is called viewed vikalpa. Viewed vikalpa means tug of war. You have seen tug of war? One person is trying to pull, other person is trying to pull from the other side. So there is a lot of confusion. Should I live in base? Should I live in college? Should I leave my girlfriend? Should I leave my girlfriend? How many of you happened like that? Hey, You shouldn't point out like that. Acha, acha, okay. So I'm then saying this is a confusion which happens. Maybe, may not be. All of look to be very sagacious, at least externally. I can't say, but it happens sometimes. You feel, oh, what is the point is that you're fighting with your previous habits. So when you're fighting with your previous habits, right now, there's a big gap between the ideal thing and the real thing. Reality is something, you understand my reality is something else. The ideal is very, very high. So there's tug of war. What is going to happen? Tug of war. Point. So here there's a lot of tug of war. But a devotee transcends it. Means go to other states. And after going from view to vikalpa, he'll go to Vishaya Sangra. Vishaya Sangra is a place where you take high commitments. You take, means you become committed to it, but still you're not able to. We get into 16 rounds of chanting, and it's a little difficult to follow it sometimes. So there is a state called as Vishaya Sangra. And then further you go to Niyamakshama. Niyamakshama is a stage where Ekadashi, Hara, it's coming up. And I will chant 64 rounds. Hare Krishna. I heard there are devotees there who they chant 128 rounds on Ekadashi. And on Haridas Thakur's disappearance day, they chant 192 rounds. I've heard one group like that. So I will go also join that 192 group and chant with them. And you go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. And I'll do Nirjala Ekadashi. Not a drop of water in my mouth. And you start Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. 32 Hare Krishna. Yeah? Then it comes 32 and then 34. Oh, I'm feeling hungry also. At least I can take water. And you come and go and take water. If I have taken out water, what's wrong in taking Ekadashi Prasad? Niyamakshama. This is called Niyamakshama. Yeah, this is scientific again. Explained by Bhakti Villa Vishwanath Thakur. They call Niyamakshama. And after going to that stage, all this stage you become little steady. After that, you become steady. Now understand you're able to control your senses. Acho vegam manasa krodha vegam jiva vegam trabasta vegam itan vegam vishathe yadira sarvapimam prithvim sishya. You know my first words? All of you are aware of that? Most of you, right? Control, self-control. No onion garlics, no outside food. And you are able to also give up wrong things. Utsahanishya, and also to follow right things. Utsahanishya, dhairya, tatkarma pravatanam, sangatyaga, sadovritti, shadve bhakti prasiddhati. You're doing all this. Then what will happen? You tell me what will happen then? Those who are at least more than, how many of you are at more than 10 years there? Krishna conscious? 5 years? Of course, 5 years? More than 5 years. So when you're able to control senses, when you're able to control your senses, more kind of, you're settled kind of now. What will happen? You're able to give good classes because now you have something. You have to sing good kirtans. What happens then? Taranga, Rangini, that is called. Very good. Amazing. That's what Vishwanath Thakur tells. What happens externally, everyone sees. Oh, this Prabhuji is OC of base. He's living 6 years, fully Krishna conscious. And then you think, no, Prabhu, I've heard Tinada Bisuni Chena. We should be there. But internally you think, tell more about me. Tell more. Or bolo. Very good. He has understood me. Right, devotee? Tell more. And then you're hearing it more and more, and we are hearing it more and more. Don't worry, you'll able to come there. And then you feel externally you're very glorified because you have good qualities. You understand? But that good qualities are not based on stable foundation. You have good qualities. Those good qualities are not founded on a stable foundation. What stable foundation means? Anarthas have not gone. So when you are at the stage of bhajan kriya, the 6 stages, there are different obstacles which are hindering in devotional service. See, I'll stop here and continue it sometimes next session. So I'll stop over here, including something at 9:30. I'm just telling that there are different things which are coming into your life. There are 4 kind of obstacles which comes. Prabhuji, and you have to go to Prabhuji then, asking Prabhuji what